You godless son of a bitch! You stopped the ship! You godless son of a bitch!
At 84, Hollywood legend Nick Nolte has seen it all. Fame, failure, respect, and regret. For decades, he stood as one of the most rugged and authentic actors in American cinema, known for his intense performances and unpredictable temper.
Right. There's this tournament. It's a big tournament. Top 6.
But behind the camera, Nolte's journey through Hollywood wasn't always about glory. It was also about betrayal, ego, and bitter rivalries that left deep scars. Now in his twilight years, the veteran actor has reportedly opened up about the 7 actors he could never stand. Men and women whose arrogance, manipulation, or lack of respect for the craft left him fuming. These weren't casual disagreements. They were wars fought on movie sets, at award shows, and in private circles.
Black Russian! You would have said Black Russian, that's a funny joke, I get it.
Nolte, known for his brutal honesty, didn't sugarcoat anything. His relationships in Hollywood were always passionate, either built on loyalty or destroyed by ego. The 7 names he revealed come from a lifetime of clashing personalities and artistic ideals. Some were co-stars who disrespected the process. Others were icons he simply couldn't stomach. This list isn't about petty grudges. It's about a man who survived Hollywood's brutal reality and is finally speaking his truth, unfiltered and unapologetic. 1. Eddie Murphy. Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy's partnership in 48 Hours created one of cinema's most iconic buddy cop duos. But off-screen, their chemistry was volatile.
Please, always like country boys. They're sure as hell don't like you.
Nolte, a seasoned dramatic actor, struggled with Murphy's lightning-fast rise to fame and his cocky confidence at just 21 years old. While audiences loved their banter, Nolte often felt overshadowed by Murphy's comedic brilliance. On set, tension brewed. Murphy's improvisations clashed with Nolte's methodical approach, and Nolte's temper often boiled over. He later admitted that their working relationship was a collision of 2 worlds. Mine built on discipline, his built on instinct. Nolte admired Murphy's talent, but couldn't tolerate his arrogance, while Murphy found Nolte's gruff demeanor exhausting. Their relationship soured after the sequel, Another 48 Hours, when both refused to work together again. Looking back, Nolte described Murphy as a genius who made me hate showing up for work. Their rivalry was never resolved, yet both men contributed to one of the greatest cinematic pairings of the 1980s. In interviews years later, Nolte said the tension between them was real, but deep down he never forgave the young comedian for turning collaboration into competition. 2. Julia Roberts. Nick Nolte and Julia Roberts starred together in the 1994 film I Love Trouble. But what went on behind the scenes was anything but love. Their feud became one of Hollywood's worst-kept secrets. Nolte, then a veteran, found Roberts' attitude entitled and dismissive, while Roberts later called him completely disgusting to work with. Their personalities clashed from day one. Nolte's rough, unpredictable energy collided with Roberts' perfectionism and sensitivity. He believed she lacked the grit real acting required, while she thought his old-school approach was crude and unprofessional. The tension was so severe that the two reportedly filmed many of their scenes separately. Nolte later described the experience as a nightmare I couldn't escape. He hated her lack of respect, saying she wanted the spotlight without earning it. The film bombed, and so did their relationship. Years later, Nolte admitted that Roberts brought out the worst in me, but also hinted that she did so because she never respected anyone she couldn't control. Their feud became a lasting Hollywood legend, a perfect storm of ego and irritation. Even decades later, Nolte never softened his stance. She remained one of the few co-stars he openly admitted to hating. 3. Tom Cruise. Nick Nolte's disdain for Tom Cruise wasn't personal at first. It was philosophical. Nolte came from an era of raw emotion and flawed characters, While Cruise represented the rise of polished Hollywood stars, to Nolte, Cruise symbolized everything artificial about the industry. Their paths crossed several times socially and professionally, but Nolte never hid his irritation with Cruise's obsession with image and control. He once described him privately as the poster boy of everything fake in Hollywood. Nolte respected Cruise's dedication, but loathed what he stood for: the commercialization of art. When rumors circulated that Nolte might join a Cruise-led project in the 2000s, he reportedly refused, saying, "I'd rather work with a real human than a corporate product." Over the years, their mutual frostiness grew. Nolte often mocked Cruise's movie star persona, claiming it lacked the soul of real acting. For a man who thrived on imperfection, Cruise's flawless charisma was unbearable. Nolte saw him as the polished surface of a shallow pond, shiny but without depth. For Sharon Stone, Nick Nolte's fiery personality met its match when he worked with Sharon Stone on The Prince of Tides. Though they never shared a full-length film as co-stars, their time on set in the same production circles created sparks, and not the romantic kind. Nolte respected Stone's intelligence but found her manipulative and cold. He often said she used charm as a weapon and ego as armor. For Nolte, authenticity was sacred, and he hated what he saw as Stone's constant performance off-screen. Rumors circulated that the two had shouting matches over creative differences. Nolte reportedly accused her of caring more about lighting than lines, while Stone dismissed him as a dinosaur. Their feud represented the generational gap between Hollywood's old rawness and its emerging glamour-driven attitude. Nolte later claimed that Stone's behavior epitomized the new Hollywood, beautiful but soulless. While Stone became a symbol of 90s sensuality and fame, Nolte viewed her as a reminder of everything fake about the industry. Their conflict wasn't just about ego, it was about values. To Nolte, acting was about truth. To Stone, it was about power. He never forgave her for treating art like politics. 5. Kevin Costner. Nick Nolte's dislike for Kevin Costner stemmed from rivalry more than resentment. In the late 80s and 90s, both men competed for similar roles: the rugged, masculine everyman. Nolte, however, felt Costner's success came from politics, not performance. He once said that Costner played it safe while pretending to be brave. Nolte despised what he saw as Costner's ability to charm studios while delivering wooden performances. Their silent rivalry peaked when both were considered for the lead in The Bodyguard, a role Nolte wanted but lost. The film's massive success only fueled his bitterness. Stotner represented the sanitized version of what real men used to be on screen: handsome, safe, and carefully curated. He called him Hollywood's cardboard hero. Their few encounters at industry events were cold and distant. Nolte couldn't fake pleasantries, and Costner, ever the diplomat, avoided confrontation. Decades later, Nolte reflected that Costner won the game I never wanted to play, the one where image beats truth. That line perfectly captured his feelings. Not jealousy, but contempt for an actor who embodied the industry's shallow pursuit of perfection. 6. Robert De Niro. To many, Robert De Niro is one of cinema's greatest, but to Nick Nolte, he was a constant source of irritation. Nolte respected De Niro's talent, but despised his obsession with method acting. Having worked in overlapping circles, Nolte often mocked De Niro's preparation style, calling it a theater trick turned religion. Nolte believed real acting came from spontaneity, not months of psychological torture. During the filming of Cape Fear, Nolte watched De Niro's extreme dedication and privately thought it was self-indulgent. He later admitted, "He's brilliant, but exhausting, like a man trying too hard to be legendary." Nolte's frustration came from the feeling that De Niro turned acting into performance art, losing touch with natural humanity. The two clashed in private conversations about character interpretation, and Nolte's bluntness didn't help. Though they shared respect for the craft, Nolte's disdain came from artistic fatigue. He hated pretentiousness, and to him, De Niro represented the height of it. Their rivalry never turned public, but in Nolte's eyes, De Niro was the kind of actor who made art about himself instead of the story. 7. Sean Penn. Nick Nolte and Sean Penn shared a mutual respect early in their careers, but that respect quickly soured. Both were intense, volatile, and fiercely opinionated. Nolte admired Penn's talent but couldn't tolerate his self-righteousness. He once said Penn walked around like a preacher in a room full of sinners. Their arguments often escalated into shouting matches over politics, performance styles, and even personal values. Penn's need to dominate the narrative infuriated Nolte, who valued equality and collaboration. Over time, Nolte came to see Penn as a mirror of everything I hate about myself. Angry, brilliant, but impossible. Their feud wasn't based on betrayal, but on reflection. Both men were too similar, two alphas fighting for control. Nolte later admitted that he avoided Penn for years because we would have killed each other or made a masterpiece. Despite their undeniable talent, they could never coexist. Penn's activism and moral grandstanding clashed with Nolte's belief that actors should express truth, not preach it. Even in old age, Nolte couldn't forgive Penn's arrogance, calling him a man who mistook outrage for wisdom. As Nick Nolte looks back on his life, the bitterness seems less about hate and more about honesty. These 7 actors represent the battles he fought, not just with others, but within himself. In every clash, there was a lesson. Pride destroys collaboration, ego poisons art, and truth is often the first casualty in Hollywood. Nolte's legacy isn't about peace or popularity. It's about authenticity. He loved the craft too much to pretend, and he hated those who didn't respect it. Now, at 84, he's unfiltered, unapologetic, and fearless enough to speak the truths others hide. These grudges are more than personal vendettas. They are reflections of a man who refused to play the Hollywood game. For Nick Nolte, hatred wasn't about emotion. It was about principle, and that's what makes his story unforgettable.